Hello everyone, Sir Bucky here and welcome back to Aska, where we are back in our Gates of Helheim series and finally getting to play around with update 4, which if you didn't catch my update video yet, first of all, rude. But seriously, it is a great update. Trees now regrow courtesy of the new forester job and iron mines can be replenished, sort of, courtesy of exploding sacks. So I'm really excited to dive right back in, and I guess that'll be the focus of today's episode. We'll be setting up the renewable wood industry and toying around with the new mine mechanics. Now, if I remember in the advanced production tab, yeah, there it is, our new forester's hut and forester's house. We will need to have the forester's house as that is the one that will allow us to grow the birch saplings, whereas the forester's hut only allows you to grow the fir saplings. But first we actually need the woodcutter's house, which I haven't actually built yet. I never really saw the point in building that. If we just mosey on over to this woodcutter, this one is fine for upgrading. It's right next to all of our refined wood storage. So this should not take but a minute, Lord. There it is, our first woodcutter tier 3 after 2.5 years. Okay, so now we can build the forester's hut. Or house, forester's house, 6 planks and 6 beams. Really, actually quite good on the resources. That's not going to take long at all either. As for where, now this is where we refine our wood, so I could put a bunch here. There are unfortunately a lot of these large stones, and as I discovered with my update video, you can't actually remove them using the bombs. They're just here to stay. But since Birchroot up here is technically our logging camp, we could actually just put the foresters up here because that would make more sense, right? Then that way Birchroot is sort of like a sustainable logging camp. It's growing the birch that is cutting down to ship to the main village. That makes sense. All right, let's be really efficient about this. Let's grab the cart. It can store 12 items and we need 6 planks and 6 beams. It is a match made in heaven. Hang on a minute. My guys are getting attacked by skeleton bruisers. Fear not, villager. I will save you. Or I will avenge you. Oh, it ran away. I see. This whole place is respawned, boss and all. We should take time to re-clear it, otherwise my villagers will just keep aggroing the mobbed here. And yeah, since it's so close to the village, it'll just be a pain if we leave it active. Oh, well that was easy. Alright, graveyard is cleared. I harvested up the bodies. That's something I have to start doing a bit more of because it's starting to affect my frames. We got a lot of Jotun blood as well from the boss, so before we head on up to Birchroot, one more distraction, and that is I'm going to go summon a villager. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Who do we get? We get a crafter. Haven't had a craftsman in a while. What is this? Battle-scarred veteran, so they have more health, and lumberjack strength. Yeah, I'll choose the craftsman. I don't think I need any more craftsmen, but it's always, it's always a handy thing to have. All right, no more distractions. Let's load this thing up and get ourselves over to Birchroot. Oh, come on. Where are they coming from? They're coming from the beach. Oh, I think I just saw them spawn in as well. Okay, Blood Moon is gone. I'm gonna have to spend the rest of the night cleaning up the bodies. Devs, can we please have a corpse harvesting job soon? Okay, the sun is up, the bodies are gone. I have our delivery in hand. Do you think I can make it all the way to Birchroot without any further distractions? Well, that's pretty. Wait, is there a bear? I say no more distractions, and the game's like, but I want to spawn a bear. Still pretty, though. Oi, stop blowing holes in my wall. Oh, here comes the jump. Ow, ow. Can I be done now? Oh my gosh, finally, after an entire day, Birchroot is finally within sight. Oh look, there's our market worker making a delivery of raw wood as we speak. See, yeah, this is going to be the perfect place for it. This is just going to be a completely sustainable forestry outpost. So yeah, this whole area has been cleared of the original birch, so replanting them here makes the most sense. That's where our woodcutters are already working. There's also a lot of free space just behind that boulder there towards the graveyard that we can utilize, you know, just to plant as many birch as possible. They do take an awfully long time to grow. But as always, first order of business is to flatten out the land so that we can place our foresters' huts down. I have a few of these dips that the terrain tool can't get to, but if you use the rain collector and put it right against the edge, we should be able to tidy some of this up. Yes, look at that. Look at that, though. That is a billion times better, and that's math and facts. Factual math. No, but enough faffing around. Let's get this thing built. Oh, my lord, this is a much bigger footprint than I was anticipating. Right about there, though. Oh, the portal just spawned. Darkness is coming. The gods will test us for a third time. Wonder where that is. We should go look for it sometime. This is really heavy. 6 stones. Really, really, really easy to build. I should have some untapped stone deposits around here. I haven't done any mining whatsoever, and I don't even think I have a stone cutter over here yet. Here we go. Lots, actually. Lots and lots and lots. All good. Nice, nice, nice. You know what would really help? Not blowing up all the big boulders on my last hit. Ooh, taking a bit of a gamble here, kind of close to the graveyard. Hopefully we don't get attacked. Probably will, though. What did I say? Start poking around in the graveyard, and then all of a sudden all the skeletons get a bit of a hissy fit and start attacking you. Why won't your shield break? Oh, I'm using the wooden hammer. I'm such an idiot. Alright, I'll clear the rest out in the daytime so it's a bit better to watch, and for now I'll just go finish off the forester's hut. Nice, perfect, amazing. Did not take long at all. Kind of expected that. Let's go ahead and assign someone to it. We can have, I believe you can have 2 people. No, you can only have 1 person assigned. Okay, and they use the farming skill of all things. The I guess they should rename that maybe cultivation at some point. So we're going to go ahead and just have Ella. I don't want Arke. He's such a good farmer. He'll actually should be assigned to a farm. And then once you've assigned somebody, you can use this just like a farming plot. You know, you can cycle through. So you have your small fir sapling, your regular fir sapling, and then your birch. And we are obviously going to go with birch. If I come into here and press E, you can see that the sapling takes 3 days to germinate for the small fir and the birch. The regular fir trees takes 4. I don't know why. And then to grow into full trees takes 24 days. This one takes 32 days, and birch saplings, they take 46 days. So 3 days to create the sapling, and then 46 days to grow into a tree. And if I'm going to be perfectly honest with you, I see that changing. That is an insane amount of time to wait. Realistic, yes, but it's a game. You should shy away from realism when it comes to things like this. Anyway, by now you all must know my favorite saying, why build 1 when you can make 2 for twice the price? I really like the look of that. That looks awesome. All right, let's go ahead and assign someone to this one as well and set it up for Birch. And then I have to head back to the main village because I forgot something. Okay, all right, let's park you up. So here at the blacksmith, there is a new tool we can make for our foresters. It's either a iron or a wooden shovel. I'm just going to go with the iron shovel, especially now that iron is sort of like replenishable. There's no reason not to. And I'll just add this to my metalworkers to-do list. Okay, so while they get started on that, I want to tweak this nearby tool and weapon rack to hold a few extra things. Right now, I think it's not set for anything, except all the crap weapons that I'm getting from draugrs and skeletons. Okay, so currently I have my blacksmiths producing one of everything. Then as we know, when a tool breaks, a villager will come and collect a new one, at which point the blacksmiths will recycle the old part into a new one. I would, however, like more than one tool on hand, especially now that our village is growing in size. So what I want to do is I want to have this tool rack outside the mine hold some two-handed swords, since our barracks are nearby. Then we can have it also hold 5 shovels, 5 knives. That will make more sense in a little bit. And then 5 wooden hammers for our bloomery workers, and I guess the blacksmiths themselves. Can't hurt to have more backup hammers. All right, a few minutes have gone by, and he's made it. Cool. All right, let's go back up to Birchroot. All right, so the way this works is you want to put the shovel on your toolbar and then select it, get it out, look at it, there it is, nice. Then find a nice open patch of dirt and hit your left mouse button. Bonk. You should get a nice hole in the dirt. Now, one thing to know about the shovel is you can't just go around willy-nilly putting holes all over the map. There is actually a minimum distance you have to be away from a previous one. So about here. So that's about the distance. Also, you can't be too near any obstacles. So, you know, like the rocks over at the main village or existing trees or tree stumps. And that's a bit of a pain, to be honest, because at the moment, villagers don't remove tree stumps. Here, hold this a second. Now, I do expect this to change at some point, maybe even in the next update, honestly, because I believe the devs have said recently that not removing tree stumps is a coding thing, and they are looking into ways to allow villagers to do it. Hang on, where did I see that? Oh yeah, it was part of the update notes here. So note, villagers can't remove stumps yet. This will be a part of a future patch. There is an intricacy to the way our trees are generated and how stumps work that calls for a more complex solution. I'm going to guess that more complex solution is just have a villager assigned to it. It just makes the most sense. But yeah, for now, this next step is something I have to do without any NPC help. So I guess it's time to just roll my sleeves up and clear this whole area so that our saplings have room to grow. Okay, well, it's midnight now, so that actually didn't take a horrifically long time. It was just horrifically boring. But the next thing I want to do is I want to pop down some forestry markers a bit out into the clearing. What I want to try and do is have the edge of the forestry range be at sort of like the edge of my settlement. I just don't want any trees to be planted and then growing, you know, in the middle of town. That would be quite silly in my opinion. Huh, perfect. I honestly didn't expect to get it first time, but I don't think I could have done any better if I tried. So now let's put another one sort of like on the other side of the clearing, just so that we envelop this entire, you know, area that used to be birch. Okay, perfect. Now, a lot of the forestry area does go into the woods that already exist, so our foresters aren't really going to be able to do anything there. And I suppose our woodcutters will be chipping away at that bit by bit as they harvest up the regular wood, but we do have this huge clearing at least to get started with, and that is more than enough room that we need right now. So the next thing to do before I forget and ruin my grand plan is to remove the forestry flags actually attached to the forester, as they currently do kind of like envelop most of the outposts. And so if I left it, then I'd come back in like a week or two and everyone would just be stuck in a tree. Just be careful when doing this yourself. You don't want to accidentally miss and demolish the building, not after all that hard work building it. And one more thing this little forestry industry needs is probably just another little flag over here in this big clearing as well. Now, there is that graveyard that I kind of started and then completely forgot to finish clearing. So we'll have to deal with that afterwards. And oh my days, he's done it again with the amazing first time lucky flag placement. Amazing. Now let's clear up this graveyard. All right, so heavy attack, roll away. Heavy attack again, roll away. Oh no, he hit me. Ah, stamina. Ow. Bit of an embarrassing fight, but got knocked on my ass a few times. But this place is now clear for a year, meaning our foresters can work in peace. Probably. All right, so graveyard clear, flags down, forester huts up, and growing saplings. That's pretty much it as far as, you know, renewable trees go. There's nothing else we can do except for wait. So these saplings are already like a quarter done, and the ones over here, yeah, they are a bit ahead. That makes sense. We'll build this house first. I guess I don't really want to sit around and wait for them to grow, so I think for now, let's head back to the main settlement and just fiddle around with the new mining mechanics, have some fun with some explosions, and then see where we stand with our saplings. So of course, first off, we have to upgrade our cave entrance, now called the mine hut, into the mine house. Materials wise, yeah, it uses a bit more than the forester's house does, but this shouldn't take a moment again. Everything's here after all. All right, there it is. Wow, that looks really cool, actually. It has a lot more storage. First thing I want to do is I do want to have a second villager working here, as their workload has essentially doubled. So one of the villagers can be tasked with mining the ore and the stone, while the other one is going around harvesting up all of the gooey little crawler sacks. Although I'm not actually seeing all of the new resources on here, I wonder if I have to discover them first. We'll do that in a second. Let's just assign someone here before I forget. Of course, the second I want to do something. This episode, I feel, has had back-to-back non-stop sort of like boss fights or invasions. Holy heck. But actually, to be honest, I kind of welcome bear attacks because I don't have any herbivores. And so a bear attack is just like, it's a lot of free food, to be honest. There you are. And my archers are actually there getting ready to fight. That's good. Nice to know the defenses are in order. Alright, I pissed him off. Time to back off and do the dodge. Actually, I fell off a cliff. Wait, are you my archer? What the heck? Did you run out of arrows and now you're going to charge a bear with a stone axe? What are you thinking, you muppet? Ow! Now look what you've done. You've sown confusion on the battlefield. Stop hitting it with a stone axe. You may as well throw grapes at an angry elephant. Go get some more arrows or something. Oh no, don't you dare get that last hit. That doesn't count, and I'm mad at you. Alright, so back at the cave, let's go ahead and assign a second villager to it. Thora has skill. I don't really need gatherers anymore, not with the amount of farming I got going on. So sure, Thora, you are now a cave dweller. So with the upgraded mine, when we come inside, we have these nice new gorgeous looking crawler eggs all over the place, everywhere, in every chamber. And these respawn seasonally, so I think, you know, get rid of them in spring, you get them again in summer. I don't think they meant every year. I think, you know, seasonally. We'll check on it. And so these can actually be harvested with a knife, of all things. Yeah, that's the weird thing. So your cave workers will now need a pickaxe and a knife. And what they'll drop is, oh yeah, this one dropped 3 of the 4 new items. So it drops a maggot, which you can turn into bait. It also drops resin. So a nice sort of like steady supply of resin will be coming in now, not just from trees. And also this crawler slime, which is a fantastic fertilizer. I think each crawler slime is about 12% the fertilizer score. So yeah, really, really good. Okay, and discovering those now has populated the task list. I just want to make everything medium. I guess it doesn't matter in the long run since I'm chock-a-block full of iron and stone anyway, but you know, I like it all to be fair and even. And now we're kind of like at another waiting point where I have my miners set up to go gather all of the crawler stuff. I do need 2 of the crawler sacks, which I don't really want to go farm it myself. So while my miners are busy gathering those, let's go on up to Birchroot. I want to see how the saplings are coming along. Editor Bucky here. The saplings weren't ready when I went up originally, so I just busied myself throughout the next day making a warehouse extension up here in Birchroot to hold a whole bunch more wood, since I do want to tidy up the clearing from all the debris that's laying around. And so let me just transport you over to when the saplings were ready. Bye! Oh, I think it's going to work. Yes, she's got a sapling, and... oh, she drops the sapling. Oh, but wait, she picks up another sapling. Interesting choices going on here. Let's follow her. Let's see what she does with it. Hopefully she's already dug a hole. Okay, so she's carrying it down here. I'm assuming that the saplings are like large objects then, like trunks and long sticks, because she's only able to carry one. All right, we're going across the clearing. Nice. Oh, yes, there is a hole, and she's just going to pop it in. That's it. We've done it. Our first birch sapling right here. Oh, well, you love to see it. What's she doing now? Oh, she's grabbed a shovel. She's going to go dig more holes. Okay. Oh, she only digs the holes one at a time. I guess she's going to go grab another sapling now, right? But there it is. There's the whole system. She digs a hole, she puts a sapling in. She digs a hole, she puts a sapling in. I think it would be better if she spent those 3 days the saplings take growing digging holes to begin with. But you know what? I'm not one to complain. You do you. You've done a great job. 5 stars. Okay, so I am very, very happy with how that's turned out. We will have to keep an eye on it over the next couple of episodes to see if 2 foresters is enough to really sort of like fill in this area. I do want to put more trees down than probably I'll ever need, just because they take so long to grow. So that is something we're going to have to sort of like pay close attention to as the series goes on. But for now, for today, there's really only one thing left to do, and that's go and see if our miners have harvested enough of those crawler sacks for us to make a good bomb and finish this episode with a bang. Oh yeah, I can already see that this bin is full of stuff. Oh yes, and there are plenty of crawler sacks. This is going to be a good time. Okay, so the exploding sacks need 3 things. Crawler sacks, which we have, Jotun blood, which I've left in a big pile up near my Eye of Odin, and some rope. And now with all those ingredients, let's go have some fun. So I'm going to come into our tier 3 workshop. And at the bottom of our list, all the way down here, is the exploding sack. The exploding sack. Let's tickle that craft button and get one made. It is classed as a heavy object. It is very, very large. So now let's take this large exploding sack deep down into the mine and look for an empty corridor. All right, this one at the very bottom will do. There's nothing beyond. It's just one of those walls that doesn't go anywhere. And all of the cave walls have been cleared out. So this is a perfect candidate for exploding. Then what we want to do is we want to drop the egg sack. We want to ignite it with R. And then, oh yeah, as you can see, our villagers, they do run away no matter where they are in the mine. They're just going to hightail it out so that they don't get trapped. And here we go. And ta-da! The walls respawn. Now, I can't really remember how many walls are in a corridor, maybe like 5 to 10, so it's not like an enormous amount of iron and stone, but considering you're going to be absolutely swimming in those exploding sacks and Jotun blood, sort of like in the end game, it really is just going to be a case of popping down into the mine over the course of a day and blowing up all the cave walls in one go and having your miners sort of like busy themselves with that for the next week or so. And so how many ores are there? It's like 1, 2, yeah, so like 5 or 6 iron ore and a couple of stones. It really is a sort of like good end game supply of iron, sort of like when you've made everything that you're ever going to need to make and you just need some iron for basic tool, weapon, or nails for any sort of like repair jobs around the village. But for now, this is a really good solution for that sort of like end game drought you get to when all the caves are expired and you just have to rely on boss drops and mob drops for iron. But anyway, now that we have our sustainable wood industry up and our renewable iron industry up, I am going to leave this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy today's episode, then please consider grabbing a sub, dropping a like, or leaving a comment. And if you haven't already, why not go check out a guide or one of my other adventures that are showing on screen now. And I'll see you in the next video. Cheerio.